What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Evan and I make videos about hot stocks, dividends, and options. So if that interests you guys, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss when I upload. Now in today's video, we're going to go over a few reasons as to why NIO is still a buy, even though they're climbing in share price right now. But this is more referring to why you should continue buying NIO despite them pulling back the last month or so. But before we actually jump into the video, if you guys wouldn't mind going down and hitting the like button, I would really appreciate it, and it really does help out the channel and lets me know that you guys enjoy these videos every day. So again, if you guys wouldn't mind going down and hitting the like button, I would really appreciate it. Also, I just wanted to mention that I also set up a Discord server, so if you guys want to join that, it's completely free and you guys can join either using the link in the description or I'll have it pinned as the top comment down in the comment section. So it's totally free. If you guys want to join that, feel free to join. But to give you guys some reference of where NIO is trading right now, they're actually right around $47 to $48. And I don't think this is super surprising because we know there was a lot of negative news for NIO recently, but the last few days especially, they've actually been recovering and they've been green almost every day for the past week or so. But in terms of percentages, they're up 3.5% today, and right now they're trading right at 47.60. But looking at the 1 week chart, it actually shows more exaggerated on how NIO has been green most of the week here, and they're actually up 19% in the past week. Now again, this is coming after the fact that there's been a lot of negative news in the EV space as a whole, and a lot of this negative news was for other EV companies. It wasn't even specifically to NIO, yet NIO was affected pretty greatly, and we saw NIO drop from a high around $56 or $57. And then they pull all the way back down to 39, I believe was their low recently. But now because all this negative news has kind of subsided and there's not so much negativity in the EV space, at least as of right now, it looks like NIO is starting to climb back up and have those gains that they've been having recently. Because on the 1 month is where it shows more drastically on how NIO has been affected the last month or so. And you can see, especially in the last few weeks, they've been going down the whole time. And just in the last few days, mostly the present trading week, Monday through this Friday, is when they've actually kind of recovered and they're starting to go back up. But aside from this week, they've been on that constant downtrend, and it started because of this news about delisting of Chinese stocks. Then there was news about different firms shorting XPeng and Li Auto, and then Candy Technologies got shorted, and they were also being investigated for fraud, much like Luckin Coffee. And so these things really pulled NIO and these other EV stocks down. And then speaking about just the last week or two, these other companies like XPeng and Li Auto and even Tesla, they all sold shares to raise capital, and then NIO jumped on that as well. And they actually just completed that secondary offering on Wednesday. And so because of this offering finally being completed, NIO investors aren't so worried that their stocks are being diluted and that they're going to be worth less per share. Because obviously we're seeing that NIO investors are reacting positively to this news. But I want to go over the top 3 reasons why you should continue buying NIO stock, or at least keep them in mind and maybe potentially buy them in the future. Now, I wouldn't wait too long because a lot of people are believing in NIO, and when they're buying shares of NIO, they're going to hold them long term. So if you guys wait too long to get into NIO, you might not get those good prices, and you might end up buying NIO at very high prices, like when people bought in right around $55 and that was their high, right around that $55 to $57 area. And now they're kind of kicking themselves because they didn't buy earlier and they're in the red right now. But long term, NIO is going to continue going up. So buying in sooner than later is going to be a beneficial thing, especially considering what NIO has in store for the future. Now, the first thing to consider when NIO has these pullbacks is that it's only temporary. If you guys know what NIO's business model is and you know where the EV space is going to go in the future, you know that it really can only go up from here because there's so many things that are going to push NIO and these other EV companies up in the future. There's so many growth catalysts that are going to push them up. So it's pretty much just a waiting game for these different EV companies to explode and keep increasing in value. But NIO also did the stock offering, so temporarily, if you guys are planning on investing and you haven't yet, this could be a big catalyst to push NIO forward, and it really could help them grow a lot more in the future. Because by leveraging this capital they raised, which is about $3 billion, they can really start boosting up production, and they can create more facilities. And also by leveraging their partnership with JAC Motors, who is the current producer of their vehicles, They'll be able to hit these higher delivery numbers month after month and year after year just from raising this $3 billion this one time. So in the short term, we're not going to see big benefits from this raised capital, but long term, that should exponentially help grow the company. Now it says here that NIO sold 75 million US shares in August, and their stock actually ran from $13.20 up to $57.20. Now, if I'm not wrong, I believe NIO actually sold 88.5 million shares back in August, because I believe their original goal of 75 million got bumped up. Now, I could be wrong, but I think it was actually 88.5 million. But that's kind of besides the point. The point is that NIO is raising money when it's most beneficial. Now, back in August, I don't think NIO thought their stock would run up so much in the next few months. So again, they're just taking advantage of all the investor interest in the market right now. And I mean, I would do the same thing if I was the CEO of NIO. I would take advantage of all this growth the EV sector has seen in the last few months. Because you really never know when the EV sector could pull back and maybe stay down for a while. So taking advantage of these high share prices while there's a lot of interest, at least in my opinion, was a good move on the CEO of NIO's part. But another reason as to why you should continue buying NIO is that their delivery numbers are still accelerating. We know month after month NIO is increasing their delivery numbers, and they're setting record deliveries month after month. Their latest deliveries for November was 5,291 vehicles, and that was up from October, which was 5,055. And so each month they're setting more and more deliveries, and they're also increasing quarter after quarter, and they also have 8 consecutive months of doubling their year-over-year growth. And as of November, that was their 8th consecutive month of doubling their year-over-year deliveries. And just in the last 11 months, NIO has seen deliveries surge 111% year-over-year, up to 36,700 vehicles. And now as we're heading into the early days of January pretty soon here, we're going to see December deliveries released, and odds are they're going to be even higher than November. And so if that's the case, we're going to see probably around 16,000 deliveries for Q4 of 2020. So when you combine the fact that Q4 is going to have a big increase over Q3, on top of December deliveries being much higher than November deliveries, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if NIO's stock moves quite a bit higher once these delivery numbers come out. And that's one of those things that should help you and maybe push you into buying NIO stock, because there's always positive catalysts that are helping push up the share price of NIO. It's not like one of these companies that just has this normal, consistent growth. They're kind of reliant on these positive catalysts to push up their share price. And they almost always have positive catalysts as long as they're setting record deliveries. And we know at least for the last 11 months or so, they've been doubling their year-over-year deliveries. And I think that's going to continue for quite a while. But getting into the last reason as to why NIO is still a buy, especially when they pull back, and this is because the EV sector is only going to increase in the future. If we take a look at how different countries and different states are reacting to EVs on the road, we know that there's a lot of countries, and also California specifically, that want to get rid of gas-powered vehicles. Now, the governor of California actually signed an executive order that's going to ban the sale of gas-powered passenger vehicles in California starting in 2035. Now, we know that China is doing a very similar thing as California, and they want to get rid of gas-powered vehicles by 2035 as well. So I think this is going to be a growing trend going forward, and I don't think it's only going to be California and China, because we know Europe is also pushing for a greener future, and I'm sure a lot of these other companies are going to jump on board as well. And within the next 10 to 20 years, we're probably not going to see many gas-powered vehicles on the road, if any, for a matter of fact. I mean, in the next 20 years, we're probably going to have only electric vehicles on the road, so that should kind of give you an idea of where these EV companies are going to be, especially these ones that could start early like Tesla and NIO and these other EV companies in China. These are going to be the companies that make it through, and they're going to be the big players among these EV companies in the next 10 to 20 years. So again, if NIO is pulling back, with all things considered, these pullbacks should just be a time to add more shares to your portfolio, especially if you've done your research on NIO and this is a company you can believe in long term. Pullbacks of NIO and these other EV companies are usually temporary, and even if they pull back and stay down for a while, long term, you know where EVs are going to be in the future. They're the vehicles of the future. They're going to be the only vehicles on the road pretty soon. So just consider that when you're investing in these EV companies. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, so I can't tell you that you should buy into these companies. But looking at where the electric vehicle market is going to be in the future, it would almost be a foolish thing not to buy into an EV company, at least as of right now. Now things could change in the future, and maybe we'll use planes for transportation, and then EV cars are going to be irrelevant. But at least as of right now, electric vehicles are the vehicles of the future and the present. So again, just consider that when you're looking at these EV companies. Now maybe you're not a fan of Chinese EV companies and you'd prefer Tesla. Well, I'm not telling you which company to buy into, but I think not investing in an EV company as of right now could come back to bite you in the future when these stocks 10 and 20x what their current share price is worth. Now, for those of you who made it this far into the video, let me know down in the comments what your guys' average share price is and how many shares you have of NIO. Now, I know I've asked you guys in the past, but I kind of want to see if you guys have updated and added more to your portfolio. So again, let me know down in the comments if you guys are open to sharing that. Also, if you guys want to sign up for the Discord server, you guys can use the link in the description, or you can use the pinned comment down in the comment section. Again, it's totally free to join, so feel free if you guys want to. And lastly, if you guys haven't signed up for Webull, make sure you guys sign up using the link in the description. When you guys sign up and deposit $100, you'll get 4 free stocks and I get 1 free stock. So it's a win-win for both of us. And this promotion ends soon, so make sure you guys get your free stocks before it's over. And if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys leave a like because it really does help out the channel. And with that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you back here in the next one. Bye.